Hi everyone and welcome to episode 7 of Can I Do It Better with AC Milan. So I've been through January, played a few games and completed the January transfer window, which we'll have a look at in a minute, but don't get your hopes up too high. It wasn't a particularly busy one for us. But in terms of January results, it wasn't too bad. We played a friendly against Novara and won comfortably. We then played Torino in the Italian Cup first round and won that on penalties. Disappointing game, but we got the result in the end that we needed. We then played Juventus in the Super Cup final, which was of course one of the 4 trophies that we were trying to play for this season and better the results of AC Milan in real terms for their 2018-19 season. Unfortunately, in this game we didn't better the result. We still lost against Juventus as they did in real terms, but on this occasion we took them to extra time, scored 3 goals, looked decent enough, but in the end succumbed to them in extra time and lost that particular game. We then had a very poor result against Sassuolo, 2-1 in the Serie A. I was disappointed in it. Although we played a slightly weaker side just to protect a few players from injuries, etc., I still hoped for better than we got, and the players just didn't show up on the day really, and it was very disappointing, but that happens occasionally. Parma was a better result in Serie A. We beat them 1-0. Then we played Atalanta in the Italian Cup quarter-final and also comfortably won that 2-0 before a 1-0 loss early in February against Inter Milan, one of our direct rivals. And obviously another derby game. The reason we didn't come and play that in this particular episode was because I wanted to wait for this particular game. This is the first leg against Roma in the Italian Cup semi-final first leg. And if you remember, in real terms, AC Milan got to the semi-final and lost to Lazio for their 2018-19 season. So this is another key game in trying to better their results for the season as much as we can. So that's why I've decided to play this particular match. We've already bettered their result in the Euro Cup, the Europa League, by getting out of the group stages, because if you remember, AC Milan failed to do that in real terms, so that's good. In terms of the league, we're going very nicely. We're sitting in 3rd. They finished in 5th on 68 points at the end of that particular season for 2018-19. So I think we're on course to better that, although we need to pick up a few decent wins in the next few weeks just to boost our points total a little bit. But yeah, in general terms, it's going well. So there's the cross against the Italian Super Cup. The Euro Cup, the Europa League, we've got a big tick against us. I think the league is looking good in terms of where we're going to finish there. So today we concentrate on the semi-final first leg of the Italian Cup against Roma. And just before we do that, let's go and have a look at the transfer window that I said wasn't particularly exciting. No players out, only one player came in. And that was Paqueta, who had already been bought by AC Milan in real life before I came into the club, so it was a transfer that I knew that was going to happen. Phil Foden was the player that we bought in for the first half of the season to take Paqueta's place in our squad, just to balance our squad up with all the cover that we needed. He's now gone back to Man City. I just didn't need him now that Paqueta has shown up. He did okay for us. Let's go and have a look how he did for us, but he didn't light the place up particularly. He only played 7 games, didn't score a goal, got 1 assist, so it wasn't too much of a problem to get rid of him and send him back to Man City. So Paqueta is in, everybody else has stayed. I think in general terms things are looking positive, so let's get into today's game and see what happens. So the team that I'm going to put out is as strong as I can manage. We've got 3 players that are injured, Paqueta, Suso and Biglia. Paqueta and Biglia are both out for a couple of weeks. Suso's only got a day or so before he's back in training. So as good as I can do it today is the mantra. So what we've got is we've got Donnarumma in goal, Conti at right back, Rodriguez at left back, Caldara and Romagnoli in the centre of defence, Bakayoko is the deep lying playmaker, Kessie is the box-to-box midfielder, Kalinoglu supporting Higuain up top, with Bonaventura on the left and Castillo on the right. And the rest of our fit players are all on the bench. So yeah, here we go. So in terms of team talk, I've suggested to the players passionately that the media are giving you a lot of credit lately. Go out there and put on a worthy display. It seemed to get a good reaction. So let's go into the game and see how we get on. So Roma are at home in this first leg, which you would think gives them the advantage. If we can come out of this particular tie still in the game and even on score, if not having a small win, I'll be relatively happy with that. Here comes a first corner for us. What happened there? Oh, what's the ref going to have spotted? A bit of drama in the first 4 minutes of the game. So the corner came into the back post, and I don't really know what happened. There was obviously a challenge of some sort. Is he going to give us a penalty? He looks at the VAR monitor and now comes back out onto the pitch, gives the sign, and it's a penalty. What a brilliant start for us. So Higuain gets an opportunity early doors to put us one up. Can he convert the spot kick? He can. And that was a decent penalty down the right-hand side for him. The goalkeeper went the right way but didn't get a hand on it. And yeah, that puts us 1-0 up really early on, which is really encouraging. Not really sure exactly what happened in the penalty box, but I will take it, whatever. So 1-0 up. You can see that the game is fairly even in terms of possession, really. No more shots at target for anybody at the moment, so it's obviously been a little bit of a dull start to the game. Other than that one moment, we're at 27 minutes and the game's become very quiet. I suspect this might happen all the way through to half-time. Nope, here we come on a highlight for them, and they bring it down the right-hand side and then centrally, and whoa, that was quite an impressive shot, but sailed just over the top of the bar. The bend on that shot was quite impressive, but didn't actually trouble the goalkeeper in the end. Here they come again down their right-hand side. Are they going to get a decent cross? Here's the guy that took the another long shot. I thought Under was going to take another one, but he passed it off, and here he crosses in again, and we're being barraged a little bit. Some really good efforts on goal, but I say good efforts. They are decent opportunities, but they didn't quite manage to put many of them on target and really challenge the goalkeeper too much. And that's half time. And we struggled a little bit in the second half of that first half, I would suggest, but managed to get our come in at half time with our lead still intact. So we're going to have to assertively suggest what are we going to do? Don't get complacent out there. That's what we're going to do. Keep the focus up. If we can come out with a 1-0 lead, I'll be very happy after this first leg. So here's the opening of the second half. Hopefully we can maintain what seems to be decent possession, although we're not really challenging them too much in terms of goal attempts. But here they come at us, Roma, from the back through their midfield area. They've got some good midfield players in De Rossi and the like. And Under comes forward again, and he gave us some warnings in the first half, didn't he? And his long shot ability was on display there, and it was a very, very powerful shot right in the bottom corner, and the goalkeeper didn't really stand a chance, did he? Came through a couple of players. The goalkeeper was slightly out of position, really. And yeah, Under found the back of the net very, very easily then. And here he is, their creative influence on the free kick, and they got a free header on the end of that as well. Our defence has gone to sleep a little bit. What's gone on here? But here's another opportunity for us to come forward. Bonaventura down the left into Kalanoglu's dropped deep to get the ball. Kessie. Are we going to go wide left again? We are, and here comes Rodriguez. Cross comes in, but no one's there. But on the rebound, brilliant. Castillo puts the ball back in again, and rather instinctively, Higuain pokes the ball home. It was a little bit of a dodgy cross, this, from Rodriguez in the first place, but we win the loose ball on the edge of the box here. And Castillo fires the ball in, it ricochets, and Higuain pokes the ball into the back of the net. And it was all about instincts, that, wasn't it, really? There was no moment for him to hesitate or think about it. It just came to him and he poked it home. So again, we go 2-1 up at the moment, and you know, I will happily take it. Opportunity for us, Kalanoglu with the free kick, but the good save and parry out by the keeper. Kalanoglu with the cross comes in. Castillo on the edge of the box again. Rodriguez on his right foot. Bakayoko picks up the loose ball on the right side. Can we get a decent cross in? Still, the highlight continues, so something's coming, you would imagine. And there's a free kick being given to us. And this is in the range of Kalanoglu. Is he going to power it at goal? He is, but it goes quite wide of the goal, really, doesn't it? It doesn't really trouble the goalkeeper. So, yeah, you can see that we had an attempt there that was almost over the line, but not quite. That's just the way it works sometimes. So we're going to make a couple of substitutions on the 70-minute mark. Bakayoko struggling a little bit. We don't have Biglia on available to us, so we're going to have put Bertolacci there. It's not his real natural game to play that role, but I'm sure he'll cope. And Bonaventura will come off for Piatti to come on. And hopefully provide something on the left-hand side. And we've got one more that we can make, and let's make it a more attack-minded one, shall we? Let's bring Halilovic on for Kalinoglu, and those are the changes we're going to make. A bit of fresh legs, bit of hopefully sort of securing us up a little bit here and there with some more energy about the side. And we've got about 5 minutes plus added time to see this out. And can we do so? You can see our conditioning is not too bad compared to Roma. They seem to be suffering a little bit in their conditioning, but we're doing okay. Cross comes in on that occasion and Donnarumma comes out and gets it. But we gave the ball away very cheaply and then won it back quite quickly afterwards. Halilovic won the ball back for us. Higuain up the top has come deep again to get involved in the play and now moves back up front again, and we keep the ball at the back and move it around quite comfortably. Is this the end of the game highlight, or are we actually going to get an opportunity at goal? Higuain again, outside right hand side onto Conti, who crosses it far post, and Piatti gets a brilliant strike on the sort of edge of the box with his left foot into the far corner from where he was looking at the goal, and that really helps to put us 3-1 up after the first leg. Is really good. So here comes the ball out to Conti, and he crosses it right the way across the penalty box. There was a real open valley for him to pass it through to Piatti, who on his left foot powers home, and that should see us through to the end of the game, unless there's one more to come, and it's Halilovic on the edge of the box back to Piatti after the corner kick gets a second opportunity for a cross. Halilovic again back to Piatti. They're playing keep ball. Roma win the ball at that point, but then the final whistle goes, and it was a pretty decent performance. I'm pretty happy with that. Higuain gets a couple of goals, which have been a bit few and far between for him. I haven't been as impressed with him as I'd have liked to have been this season so far, but that's a good start for the second half of the season. So a couple of goals for him and a decent 3-1 lead after the first leg. So I will say well done to them and end the team talk there. And let's come out of the match day scenario and go and have a look at a couple of the news feeds. They're disappointed. We're very happy. That puts us in a decent position financially. You can see that we're not doing great, but I don't care about that because I'll be gone at the end of the season. This is a one season save, as it were, so just to see if I can better the results of Milan from 18-19 season. So I don't really care about the finances. Udinese are the next for us in Serie A. Let's go and see what the next episode will be. What have we got coming up? We've got a couple of Serie A games. We've got the Euro Cup, which was already doing better in than Milan did. I suspect what we'll do is come and play the second game against Roma and just see if we can see out this semi-final, because ultimately that would be another opportunity for us to better the result if we can get through and go to the final, which, to be honest, we've given ourselves every chance now, haven't we, being 3-1 up after the first leg. So that will do it for today. Thanks for joining me. If you're enjoying the series, why not subscribe to the channel and keep up to date with the videos. If you like the video, the episode itself, why not click a like on it for me? That helps me get seen by other people. But until next time, if you're playing Football Manager yourself, I hope you're having a great time doing it. Let me know how your save is going in the comments below. Until next time though, take care of yourselves. I will see you soon, and bye for now.